Thanks to Casper for sponsoring this update. You spend, optimistically, a third of your life in your bed, so you deserve a good mattress. Casper delivers right to your door and will give you $50 towards select mattress purchases when you visit casper.com/theknow and use promo code THEKNOW at checkout. Hey, welcome to The Know. I'm Ashley. It is the start of a whole new week, and that means a whole bunch of news. First of all, start marking those calendars, everyone. E3 is already only a few months away, which gives me some sort of planning anxiety, but we'll get through this. As such, some of gaming's biggest names are already setting their schedules, with Bethesda breaking the ice. The publisher put out a little trailer for its E3 showcase over the weekend, announcing their event for Sunday, June 10th at 8:30 p.m. Central. Now, given what happened last year, that probably won't make them the opening number for the week, but it will probably place them somewhere around the middle of the pack. This year's paper-themed teaser includes small teases of Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Dishonored characters, so hey, let's get that speculation going. We expect more E3 announcements in the coming months as the show approaches, and of course we will be covering the show from the convention center in LA. Should be a good time. Monster Hunter World hit 6 million units in its first week and a half to become the fastest selling Capcom title ever. Now it's hitting even bigger milestone. The publisher announced that the big Monster Slayer has now jumped all the way up to 7.5 million copies shipped across PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Now, it is important to note that it is shipped, not sold through, but it's still a great number for the franchise. It's already very, very impressive for the game's first month. Even more impressive is it actually makes Monster Hunter World the best-selling Capcom game of all time, which is surprising when you think about Capcom's long history of Street Fighter, Mega Man, Resident Evil titles. But hey, there you go. Gamers apparently love grinding for gear and killing sweet monsters that are huge. I mean, who would have thought? PUBG rival Fortnite got some major mainstream media attention this weekend thanks to an appearance on Good Morning America. However, not all that attention was positive. The main idea of this segment was questioning whether or not parents should be worried about their kids obsessing over Fortnite. In all, the segment's not too crazy over the top, but it is definitely a sign of just how much the game's growing. It hit 40 million players recently across all platforms, with 3.4 million concurrents just a few weeks ago. At its peak, it's taken over the #1 watched game on Twitch. It's steamrolling. It's doing great. I think Epic's very happy that they pivoted on that game. If you've probably heard that Chucklefish, the publisher behind Stardew Valley, not the developer, but the publisher, and they've been helping with the console ports for Stardew Valley. Well, they're now developing a new game called Spellbound. Instead of farming and mining, this time players will be enrolled in wizard school. So now we've got a little bit more information about what that game is actually going to look like. They've teased us in the past, but given us almost nothing to go on. But in an interview with Red Bull Games, Chucklefish's founder Finn Bryce said that while the game was influenced by Harry Potter, and no surprise there, it's about magic school. He said the world is very unlike Hogwarts. He said this game will be a lot more practical, and said the game revolves around your path through school, the relationships you build, and your mastery of the several schools of magic at your disposal. Players should expect to build up their magical proficiency by undertaking school projects. This might have them growing magical crops and creatures in herbology, or taking on the denizens of the forest in elemental magic. Herbology, huh? Forests, huh? Definitely different. You know what? I'll take it. He also said that combat will be a big part of the game as well, and compared it to old school Zelda-like retro action RPGs, which, man, everything I hear about this game just makes me more and more excited. The art style, just given the little shot that we've seen, looks great, and given the success of Stardew Valley, I bet a lot of people are going to take a look at this. Final Fantasy hasn't released on PC yet, but apparently it's already been cracked. Yep, that's right, the game's Windows edition doesn't release until tomorrow, but the version's already been cracked by a Chinese group, and while the game does have de novo, for once the notoriously flimsy software might not be the thing to blame. According to a post on NeoGAF, the cracked group used the exe file from the game's demo to load the full game from unencrypted preload files that were available from Origin. Yikes, that sounds like the software equivalent of like leaving your front door unlocked for the big sign that says nobody's home. However, the crack happened. It is definitely not a great look for a game that hasn't even been released yet. And one of the only perks of DRM is trying to hold off piracy as long as you can to generate the maximum number of sales right at launch. So if the game's cracked before launch, that's not great. Is Prey getting an expansion? That could be interesting. Developer Arcane Studios recently tweeted a mysterious message that might indicate DLC for the game is on the way. The official Prey account tweeted a GIF that shows a TranStar logo floating in space, and then the camera shifts to a shot of the moon and asks, do we really know what's out there? Now, that could be a nod to all the references to a lunar colony and Prey, but we'll see if anything comes of this. However, it would be great news for Prey fans. The game debuted last year as a reimagining of the original IP. It won praise from critics for its storyline and sci-fi setting, but I think didn't do as well as they hoped in the sales department. Does Ubisoft have big old plans for The Division? Maybe, probably, yes. At least that's what they seem to be hiring people to work on. The developer currently has 25 job openings for The Division on their careers page, including a gameplay programmer, narrative designer, senior level designer. All the positions are based in Sweden, and given the number of openings, sure seems like Ubisoft has some big things planned for that game. In the meantime, though, the developer is holding a month-long celebration for the game's 2-year anniversary that runs through March 29th. It's going to feature weekly global events and challenges where players can earn special gear. And while The Division stumbled just a little bit out of the gate, Ubisoft says the game's attracted a total of 20 million players. And after some of its more recent updates, it won back a huge player base. So definitely makes sense that they'd continue to expand it. The Academy honored all kinds of movies last night, but the big winner was genre films, which is pretty exciting. I mean, with a few notable exceptions like Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, Silence of the Lambs. Fantasy and horror are usually relegated to the technical awards like Best Visual Effects or Sound Mixing, but this year, Shape of Water and Get Out were able to nab some huge awards. The Shape of Water won Best Picture and Best Director for Guillermo del Toro, and Jordan Peele won Best Original Screenplay for Get Out, making him the first African American to win that particular award. Maybe this is a fluke. Maybe they'll go back to just the classic drama titles winning all the big awards next year, but maybe Miss Hollywood's starting to take genre a little bit more seriously, which would be great because they were fun movies. They're really good. I liked it. This was a good year for movies. Warner Brothers has been trying to remake Logan's Run for years. X-Men's Bryan Singer and Tron Legacy's Joseph Kosinski have been a few of the directors attached to bringing the kitschy 70s sci-fi film into the modern era. The story takes place in a dystopian future where no one lives over the age of 30, so I would be dead. When you reach that age, you're renewed. Most think it's the rebirth, some see it for what it is, and just peace out. A special police force hunts down the runners, and this story focuses on one of these officers as he realizes what's going on in this seemingly perfect future society. There's still lots of rich material to mine there, which is why Warner Brothers keeps trying to make the film. Now, Deadline reports they have X-Men Dark Phoenix director Simon Kinberg attached to direct and have hired Hunger Games screenwriter Peter Craig to pen a new draft of the script. We'll see if it happens this time, but it would be great to see a new version of that. And I mean, come on, all we do is reboots and remakes anyway, right? So they should that makes it seem obvious. The infamous new Twitch guidelines are now going live today as the platform tries to crack down on harassment and bullying. The new guidelines, which cover everything from conduct to what streamers wear, state that streamers should act as role models for their viewers and take steps to stop negative behavior. Twitch wrote, creators should consider the consequences of their statements and actions of their audiences. We ask that you make a good faith effort to quell any efforts from those in your community to harass others. Of course, that then got a lot of people wondering if streamers would be held responsible for the actions of their viewers. Twitch clarified, saying that if streamers see bullying or toxic behavior in chat, that they should ask their community to knock it off, and then they'll be okay. But if they blatantly ignore what's going on in their stream, they could face consequences. As for clothing, Twitch says, we recommend creators wear attire that would be publicly appropriate for the context, location, and activity they are broadcasting. For example, workout clothes would be appropriate for a fitness stream, and a swimsuit would be appropriate for a stream from a public beach. So, yeah, we'll see how Twitch ends up enforcing these new guidelines, because how they implement them, I think, will really tell the story. But they did delay them once so that he could get some of those clarifications in. All right, that is the news for this roundup. The week is officially underway. Let us know what you think of all these updates in the comments down below. To make sure you get news from every corner of the internet every day, like this video, and if you're new to this channel, subscribe, and that way you can get news all the time. You'll be like, you'll hear something from a friend and be like, no, I already know that. Shout out to Casper for sponsoring this update. Look, optimistically, optimistically, we each spend maybe a third of our lives in our bed. So it makes sense to get a mattress that helps you get the best sleep. That's an investment. The original Casper mattress combines multiple supportive memory foams for a quality sleep surface with just the right sink and just the right bounce, if you know what I mean. Its breathable design helps you sleep cool and regulate your body temperature through the night, and buying one is super easy. You order online, it's delivered right to your door in a compact box. There's no strapping anything to the top of your car and just hoping it makes it all the way home. None of that. No hassle. Casper offers free shipping and free returns to the US and Canada, and to help you rest easy, they offer a risk-free 100-day trial so you can decide if it's working for you. I've got one. And honestly, I didn't believe that the mattress could actually fit in a box. I thought this was some sort of sorcery, or, well, I was a skeptic anyway. But I don't know. They got some magic going on because it's incredible. You open it up, you get it all set down, and then you just release it, like you open it up, and then it just goes and turns into this amazing mattress, and it's really, really comfy. And the best part, I didn't have to go lay down in a mattress store and be like, yes, I think this one's comfortable. With someone just standing over me being like, yeah, you want to buy that? This was so much easier. Get $50 towards select mattress purchases by visiting casper.com/theknow and using promo code THEKNOW at checkout.